It's showtime at Homestead, Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Gordon to Baxter's in trouble, there they go. Gordon to the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last lap now, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race 16 in season number 4 of the NOFSRL Her's Dash Series. We are here at the Kansas Speedway weekend coming up here on Napa Fan. We got the Turkey Hill Series tomorrow, and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series 3 days from now on Saturday. Gonna be a fun weekend here, and definitely love these mile-and-a-half racetracks. Anything's possible when you come to a place like this, and the racing's interesting here at Kansas, but it should be a good one here for the Kansas 150 in the Her's Dash Series. Our last race we had yesterday in Michigan, Alexander Rowe got the race victory, and Eric Monaco pulled away in the points by quite a bit. 481 points towards the championship for him. Mason Brown 77 points behind, Nathan Baird 78 points behind, Silas Orta 79 points behind, and Alexander Rowe actually jumped himself to 5th in the points with that race victory, 106 points behind coming into today's event. It's a short race once again, only 20 laps here at Kansas, so it's going to go by pretty quickly. And not only that, Eric Monaco actually does start deep in the field, starting 32nd for this race here today, so it's still not done yet. We got Kansas, we got Eldora, we got Watkins Glen, Las Vegas, and North Wilkesboro. 5 completely different racetracks from one another. Maybe not Kansas and Las Vegas, but the others are completely different from one another, and we're going to have a very interesting finish of this season, especially if Monaco doesn't get a good finish here, and Brown gets back in within a race points. He starts in the 5th position here today. He could still have a shot at winning this championship. The same could be said for Nathan Baird and Silas Orta, who are right there on Eric Monaco with Mason Brown, in theory, even though they're a race and almost 2 races out of the points lead. But it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out in this race with Monaco starting deep in the field. But as we have seen so far this season, Monaco has definitely done a great job moving his way through the field once he started in the back, and I don't think today's going to be any exception to that. Joey Hightower, number 26 machine, starting on the pole position. And we really haven't talked about Joey Hightower that much all season long. Great to see him get a good starting position for today's event, and an opportunity at, I think, maybe his first career Napa Fan win. I don't believe he's ever won before Napa Fan. He actually almost won the Indy 250. That was the last year's event, I do believe, where he had a good shot. Actually, no, I think it was the year before that. The year before that he almost won the Indy 250 in 2018. But either way, we'll have to see what Hightower can do. He is alongside the number 68 machine of Derek Hamill, Sebastian Kukalon, and Andrew Miller there in row number 2. Mason Brown to the inside of Noah Clifton. A great starting position for Brown, and he kind of dropped the ball in Michigan yesterday. Lost a lot of ground to Eric Monaco in the points, but good opportunity to rebound that back. We're in the last quarter of the season, 5 races left. He could still have a good shot at possibly having a shot in Eric Monaco. Yeah, Nathan Stapleton and Matt Dalio in row number 4, and Indy 250 champion Nicholas Amadio alongside Justin Lightning rounding up the top 10 starting positions. Everybody's rolling off. Let's have some fun here on this Wednesday afternoon. Never mind. We're going to reset it so that Joey Hightower can get going. Alright, let's try this again. Now, we're ready to get going here on this Wednesday afternoon, and hopefully Joey Hightower will cross the start-finish line under full power. Looks like he will this time. We're green flag racing in the Kansas 150 of the Her's Dash Series. Mason Brown not wasting any time, gaining a few positions. They're gonna go 3 wide for the race lead, and there goes Brown right to the inside of Joey Hightower for the top position. There's Nathan Stapleton in the number 4, but Brown, we saw what he did at Auto Club earlier in the season. He dominated that race, and it's a very similar surface here at the Kansas Speedway. We run the older version of Kansas before the repave, so it's going to eat up the tires, and it doesn't have as much grip as some other tracks, but that really fits into Mason Brown's style, and you're going to see him lead his first lap of the race right there. Stapleton, San Mateo, Hightower, and Clifton. That is the top 5. Stapleton looking to get a run on the inside of Mason Brown. He's going to have it. Got a little help there from Nicholas San Mateo. Hightower looking to rebound in the 26. 3 wide, almost 3 wide once again there. That's Mike Thompson, who almost got passed there by Ryan Durrani on the inside. Mason Brown's going to fall to second, and our third different leader in 3 laps, Nathan Stapleton, taking the race lead away from the rest of the field, but Brown will able to hold the inside on the rest of the field behind him. Eric Monaco is not having the best of days. He's currently deep in the field in the 37th position, now 38th, when Brett Sear gets around him. Mason Brown did get a lap led right there. That point will mean a lot towards the championship, and Mason Brown would love to win this race and have Monaco finish deep in the field, because if that were to happen, Brown would be back within a race of the championship points leader. I have no clue what I'm saying anymore. You know, I just sneezed like 20 times in a row, like an hour ago. I got all this mucus in my throat, and I mean, I sneeze 20 times in a row every 2 weeks usually. It's always gonna happen, but it's just so annoying. It really is, and it's hard to talk right now because I got all this mucus trying to like catch my voice box. It's not fun. Sorry I had to explain that, but I'm just frustrated about it right now. Joey Hightower, a little frustrated that he couldn't hold the race lead there, but he's back in third. A great opportunity for Hightower. Andrew Miller, though, is not going to let him hold on to that position, at least for now. He tried to get to the inside, could not do it, and Mason Brown, with a little bit of help here from Joey Hightower, working that inside lane. This is the style of racing we get at Kansas. It's usually single-file racing, and it's about hitting your marks, and it's about getting through the corners better than others, and lots of times the margin of error is a lot smaller than it is at other racetracks. So a very unique mile-and-a-half racetrack that we go to. One of the slowest mile-and-a-half racetracks we go to, because it is a flat surface, not as much of a worn-out, or should I say, more of a worn-out racetrack. I don't even know anymore. Andrew Miller going for third now. He's going to get the run this time on Joey Hightower, but this is another one of those places where if you go side by side, that slows you down tremendously. As a matter of fact, I did an online race here at the Kansas Speedway not too long ago, and that same exact philosophy works online as well. And this track is very, very unique in that sense because you have to have that momentum. It's a momentum-based racetrack, and if you don't have it, you're going to fall back. But it looks like Andrew Miller's got the momentum. He was able to get around Hightower. Ryan Durrani's coming through the field right here. And now Miller right behind Mason Brown. He's going to go to the inside of Brown for the second position, but Brown's going to be able to hold that outside lane and clear him to remain in the runner-up position. Meanwhile, Monaco is starting to regain just a little bit back in here, currently running in the 34th position now. Should I say 32nd position as the ticker updated across the line. Problem is, we're almost halfway through this race already, and not looking too good for him. Silas Orta's also back in here with him. He's going to stay relatively close to Monaco in the points. We'll see where Nathan Baird is in the 0-2. And I'm trying to locate him. He's actually inside the top 10 right now, so good run for Nathan Baird as well. He could also have a good chance at possibly getting up there with Eric Monaco in the championship standings. He won last week at Charlotte, and if he were to win another race here with Monaco falling deep in the field, that would give him a huge opportunity. But either way, Mason Brown, I think for Brown, what he needs to do is focus on getting a top 10 in this race, or maybe even a top 5. He just lost another position in there, Andrew Miller. Miller definitely seems to be pretty fast. But Brown's going to have an advantage back on the inside of him, and this is working out pretty well right now for Nathan Stapleton in the number 4. A great drive so far. He's led the most laps in this race here today. Brown's going to go ahead and take second away from Andrew Miller. That's going to open the door for Ryan Durrani to take third. Here comes Nathan Baird in the 0-2 to the inside for the 5th position. Baird is also working his way through the field very nicely in this one to the inside of Joey Hightower. Zeidel's here, San Mateo was here as well in 97. Now, originally the Haas IndyCar Series was going to come to the Kansas Speedway this weekend. However, with the rescheduling due to the pandemic and everything like that, it didn't change that much. But the thing is, we had so many ovals in the first half of the season. We had so many road courses at the end of the season. We wanted to kind of even it out a little bit. And Lime Rock and Kansas, I believe, switched positions. And Kansas, for the IndyCar Series, will now be in mid-July, as the IndyCar Series races at Lime Rock on Friday. Looking forward to the first road course race over there in the Haas IndyCar Series. I'm sure Nicholas Amadio is, as the defending Indianapolis 250 champion. Of course, won the first race of the season over there for the Haas IndyCar Series. And he had a good run in Michigan yesterday in the Herr's Dash Series, but didn't really work out as well for him at the end. Matt Dalio is also another one of those guys who had a good run in that race, and it did not work out at all for Dalio. And by the looks of it, I don't know where Dalio is. He's not in the back of the field. Monaco continuing to gain positions every single lap here. He is now up into, I believe, the 30th position, 29th to be exact, going for 28th on Scott Upton. Now, Monaco's not going to have a chance at winning this race, but for guys like Mason Brown and Nathan Baird is now coming. He got around the 33 of Andrew Miller, who has fallen back. He's going to get to the inside of Ryan Durrani right here. You know, Baird could have a good chance of winning this race. Very good chance of winning this race. Mason Brown's been able to stick with Stapleton. Stapleton hasn't driven away from the field here, but he's been able to keep a pretty good distance on the rest of the field. So we'll have to see if the JBL Toyota can go to victory lane. Of course, we had 3 different leaders in the first 3 laps, and then Stapleton has led every lap since. But Mason Brown, one of those guys who has led a lap in this race, he has that bonus point, but he'd gain a lot more bonus points if he wins the race. Of course, he won't get the most laps led. That will go to Stapleton no matter what. But Mason Brown trying to track down his teammate and get that race victory so he can close in on this championship. Eric Monaco. Oh, somebody's blowing up. That's Matt Dalio, and that's where Dalio is, and that's going to be another position for Eric Monaco. Man, been a bad couple of days for Dalio here in the Herr's Dash Series, when flipping upside down yesterday in Michigan, and today the engine goes kaboom. And Monaco, he's gaining pretty well in this race, up to 25th, but Scott Upton's going to get a run to the inside of him, and he's going to get stuck in the outside lane. That might be where he ends up finishing in this race, but Mason Brown with a huge opportunity. Nathan Baird as well. They're trying to close in on Stapleton for this race lead. It's going to be 3 laps to go next time by in the Herr's Dash Series at the Kansas Speedway for Nathan Stapleton. Don't believe Stapleton's ever won a race here before, but he's won many races before. Of these top 3, he has the most Napa fan wins. Of course, Nathan Baird has a Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship. Nathan Stapleton has a Turkey Hill Series championship. Baird right on the back bumper of Mason Brown. He might get a run here for second, and that is going to put Nathan Baird in the second position in points. Actually, it won't. They'll stay within 1 point of each other, because Brown did lead that lap. But if Baird wins this race, then Baird's going to be second in the points and the guy to chase down Eric Monaco in the championship. Brown's going to fall back to third. That pass right there might have just sealed it for Stapleton, however, to get this race victory, but Nathan Baird is coming. I think that 02 is the strongest truck on the racetrack. White flag in the air in the Kansas 150 for Nathan Stapleton. A dominating performance near the end of this one. Kukulon is going to go to the inside of Mason Brown. That's going to be another point lost for Mason Brown in the 18. The big question is, will Baird have a run on this final lap to get the race victory? Eric Monaco currently in the 22nd position. So Baird winning this race would gain him a lot of points, but he's not going to be able to do it. Nathan Stapleton going to hold off and get the first victory of the season. Stapleton wins at Kansas, but Baird and Brown will both gain on Eric Monaco heading into Eldora next week. Definitely an interesting run for those guys. It was getting a little edgy back in here, but Monaco able to gain through the field nicely. He will officially finish in the 22nd position. And he saved himself about 15 points, I do believe, through that whole mess, because if he finished where he started, he'd probably be talking about a 30-point gap heading in Eldora. Now it's more of a 50-point gap. roughly. We'll see the points once we're done here. But Nathan Stapleton gets it done at Kansas. I believe that's Stapleton's first win of the year, and great one as well, as he was able to dominate the last 18 laps of this race. Hightower led 1 lap, and Mason Brown led 1 lap. Mason Brown does have that bonus point. He and Nathan Baird are going to be tied in the championship standings heading into Eldora next week. So they're both trying to chase down Eric Monaco. But Baird, I do believe, well, actually, they are officially tied. We'll have to see how the tiebreaker goes for him, who has the better average finishing position, because they both have only 1 win this year. So we'll have to see how that all goes down. Take a look at the rest of the finishing results right there. And Matt Delio, Gearbox issue. He was a guy who was actually top 5 in points, I think, heading in to Charlotte last week, and I don't think he had the best of runs there. Obviously didn't have the best of runs in Michigan yesterday, and then finishing last year today at Kansas. Not working out too well for him. Alexander Rower, last winter, he's not going to have a shot at this, and I don't think Silas Orta is as well. I think this championship is now between Monaco, Mason Brown, and Nathan Baird. Mason Brown and Nathan Baird both gained pretty well in this race, but if Monaco gets another win, I think that's going to seal it. And with 4 races left, including Las Vegas, I think Vegas could be a very good opportunity for Monaco. I would imagine that we're going to be seeing Monaco possibly clinch this championship early. We'll have to see how it all goes down, though. 4 races left. Like I mentioned, Eldora next week. I think it's going to be Tuesday. Then Watkins Glen is probably going to be Thursday. Las Vegas is going to be the penultimate race of the season, heading into North Wilkesboro in the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout. The Thursday night feature in the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout will be the finale here in the Her's Dash series. So hope you guys stick around and enjoy that one coming up here in 2 weeks. And sign-ups for the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout for all the extra special event classes, like the late model, which is the main event of the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout, the modifieds, the street stocks, and the late model trucks. All of those signups are going to be this Friday night here on Napa Fan. And me and Alex are going to be working on that here over the week and figuring out everything else, but we hope you guys stick around and enjoy the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout coming up here in about 2 weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Nathan Stapleton, your race winner here at Kansas, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the Turkey Hill Series here from the Kansas Speedway and the Kansas Heartland 300, excuse me. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and here are the points for the Her's Dash Series after 16 races. I will see you guys later.